So when I do second pass, I always start from the bottom. I just go against the grain a little bit.
There can be longer strokes now.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the higher so yeah, the push is just diet, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brush. Yeah, it's like a little paintbrush. It's painted all around. Yeah.
I don't know if you're ever watching. Whenever you watch cutthroat shaves in movies, they always get it wrong. Like it's so annoying watching it after you know how to do a shave, and you watch a old gangster movie and they're shaving somebody and they're just doing this. They're just going all the way all the way up on the whole, but like straight in on a beard. You know, it's just that's. It's funny how they don't do any research into these things.
No.
But there you go. But they've got a show on about Sweeney Todd in this building, and they haven't asked to think about asking about borrowing some razors or asking about how they might perform a shave. You know, it's like they're all actors, but do they even know how to do it? You know.
Yeah, you know, Clem,
Yeah.
3 years ago, there was like some show going on in the theater, and the students, one was acting like a barber, and he brought some razors to do a shave, but he forgot to take the safety blade out, and he sliced it short of one of his colleagues.
Oh no, I've seen that on a movie, but
Like,
not real.
very bad.
Oh, that's bad.
Damn. Was that the
Like
same
going
one
to act to
where
like
they
cut
used
the
an
throat,
actual
it's like,
razor, but and they just put tape on it?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Something was that in
so
Auckland?
I heard, kids put on a show, but they took an actual razor and just put a bunch of tape over it, and they're like, "This is safe now." Easy.
So when I started shaving, I think the first couple of shaves that I did, I used to think I was snazzy by putting this towel on my arm. So I used to keep that left towel on my arm, and I used to wipe it like this, right? But what happened one day is it slipped off my arm, and I didn't know that it slipped off my arm, and I went to do this, and I just sliced my arm twice. Like I went up and down, I went like that, and just sliced my arm twice. That was quite funny. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing I've got tattoos to cover it now, but yeah. To be honest, razors don't really scar that much unless you go really deep.
Jason, have you got any future plans for French Barber?
Question.
Yeah, actually do. I want to launch the French Barber products brand. So that's the next step. Obviously, in the future, maybe why not some of the shops.
I think Q wants to franchise your shop already.
I don't know if I will ever franchise my shop because if I'm quite honest with you, I'm very picky the way I like things.
Yeah. You want full control.
He doesn't want to franchise, he wants to franchise.
I know what I like and I know what I don't like, and so obviously I'm passionate about the job. As everyone, I want to make some money, but I'm not, running after money. I'm just running after providing a good service to my clients.
Because you've expanded quite quickly, haven't you, in terms of how many chairs you have now compared to when I came in first, I think?
Yeah, so shop was open February 2018, and I had 3 chairs at that time. I was all by myself. I was 2 years in New Zealand, and I decided to go for on my own, and with 3 chairs I thought it would be alright because I wasn't all by myself. I didn't know how things were going to go, but after 8 months we were 5 of us, and I had to put another chair, which was cool, and then 6 months later I had to put 4 more chairs because it was just 8 of us and the shop was just growing non-stop. So the moment is a bit strange with COVID, but there are many days that you can sort of come by especially on Thursday, Friday, and 8 chairs are going at the same time, and the couch is full of people waiting. and we don't have time to take lunch or we just very
That's
busy.
amazing though, right? That is amazing.
It's just non-stop.
For such a small time to it,
Yeah.
That's just quality, guys.
Yeah.
Is it in the same location?
Same location. I took the list next door. It's like
Oh,
they
right.
were water broke down to the list, broke the wall, and just expanded.
Oh, okay.
And that, guys, is only quality, you know. Because once you do quality, people talk. That's your best advertising. You know, Google is your friend, but not that much. Because if people don't like it, they will put a review and then take your reputation down.
Unfortunately, people are more likely to write bad reviews than good reviews as well.
Yeah. So that's another thing. You know, you want to make sure your client's really happy in the chair, because what Damon says is very, very true. Too many people will come hundreds of times in your shop. They will be happy to pay. They'll be happy with the 100 haircuts you gave them, and one day you have a bad day because you're a human being, and you missed a hair somewhere. They're gonna put a review.
Yeah.
So that's barbering for you. So you gotta be prepared for that. And what I do personally, when someone is happy, like, yeah, if you want to support us, go put a review.
Yeah.
And they do. But if you don't tell them to do, they won't do it.
Yeah.
So you have to tell them.
Plus, there are a lot of Karens out there as well. So we like to,
That's true too.
yeah.
A few in here,
That you?
only online.
But yeah, they did. You know, there are loads of reports on just the statistics of people likelihood to write bad reviews compared to good reviews. It's crazy. It's like so many people write reviews on Google that then they never write anything positive. You know, it's just they'll have the best dinner of their lifetime and never say anything
Won't
about
take
it.
2
But
minutes
it's
to-
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of Google reviewing actually, just because I get bored sometimes on my phone. And I always make an effort to give everybody in Wellington, all the small businesses, good reviews that I've been to, because I kind of would love to have the same, you know. So karma, hopefully.
Yeah. So I think we do have nearly 200 reviews on Google or something like that. Could be wrong, but I think it's on 200 reviews. And I think we got 4.9 stars, which is very good. And the only bad review we had was a guy who came and he booked for a haircut, and he came at his booking was at 5:30 and he showed up at like 20 to 5, so he came late. Pretty rude, I found, when you come late and you don't apologize first of all. And he asked for a beard, and then Barber is like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But he can't, because Barber knew he was going to finish late. And he does it, he shows the mirror, and I was there, so I knew exactly what was going on. And the guy said, oh, yeah, everything looks amazing, thank you for your time, I appreciate you taking time and spending a bit more time after hours. The guy walked out, he took a photo, literally next to the shop, because I can see the shop next door. And he posted a review, he said, really unhappy with my beard today, the guy was rushing it. Do you see what's happening? The guy came 20 minutes before we close, asked for hair and beard. We do it to please him, and because obviously the bar was going faster. You want to go fast, you want to go home. The haircut was good, the beard was good, and the guys complain about it. So you're always going to have people like that. You can't do too much about it. Alright.
It's exactly like Jason was saying about like being human as well. Like you're always going to make mistakes no matter how experienced you are. And like I'll find that I have days when I'm absolutely on fire, and every haircut I do I'm really happy with. And then I'll have days where I don't like any of my work, you know, and that's just normal. Sometimes it's just the mood that you're in. Sometimes it's just you woke up on the wrong side of bed or something, or you haven't had enough coffee, usually.
Long blacks. That's the new coffee.
Not enough long blacks, yeah.
Jason, do you find this type of work therapeutic for you? Or like stressful? Or
This?
Yeah, like
Just
just
his
barbering.
barbering.
Yeah, like just the whole shebang.
Honestly, I think anyone who complains about barbering, they should go work in the factory.
Yeah, exactly right.
and or dig all outside in the rain.
Yeah.
And after that, they will know what they're doing.
Yeah, totally.
I've been doing that for 15 years, and it was 1 year of my life when I spent 1 full year working outside, changing the tracks for the trains. I think my title was Track City or something. It was literally essentially the tracks where the train were driving. And you know, in France, winter it's minus 15 degrees and you're outside, and I was working by night, 800 kilometers in the south. So I had to drive on Monday and come back on Saturday morning. Good money, but very hard work. I lost 20 kilos in 6 months. It was very hard. And after that, you go back to Barber and you're like, damn, that's good, you know. And like, you have pretty crazy hours. You have people to talk to. People respect your work, you know. At the end of the day, 99% of the clients will appreciate what you do for them, and that's good, you know. When you change a piece of metal, the metal is not going to talk to you, you know. It's just
It might do, but at which point you need to stop doing that job, you know.
I think barbering is a good job. In New Zealand, you're very lucky. I think you guys need to know something, that in New Zealand there's a shortage of barbers. So you are very lucky because you're gonna find a job just like this. No matter if you, I shouldn't say that, but no matter if you're good or not, you're gonna find a job. And you're gonna be paid for it. In Europe or in America, there's a lot of competitions. If you're not good, you're not gonna find a job, and you're not gonna be paid for it. So be grateful to be in an industry where you're gonna find a job, get some money, and just, you know, like have sort of like normal hours and working too late or too early. In Europe, I used to work from 8 to 8 p.m., you know, 8, and that was just normal. Here, you know, I feel like I work in an office job. The earliest I start at 8, finish at 6. For me, it's easy, you know, I've been doing 13 years. I find it's pretty easy.
You spoke about pay.
Yeah.
So what does that look like for first time barbers coming, working under you, being employed under you?
Being paid under me?
Yeah. What does that look like?
This is like, I won't disclose that, but...
Are you talking about structure?
Yeah, just
structure.
Pay structure. Yeah.
So what do you mean? What does it mean by pay structure?
Like, you know, what sort of system do you have? Do you give them a...
few systems. For me, I strong advice for all of you after school, don't be paid by